days.
William George Jasper.
Do you remember when you said that you went over Battles Bridge on the way back from collecting this cocaine, and that the bloke stopped and he walked off somewhere? Now that's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you told us that yesterday. Why was that made up?
Because I wasn't prepared to lay all my cards on the table.
Right. The scene you took us to, that lane, yeah. Are you sure that that is the right spot?
90% sure. Yeah.
Why do you think that is the right spot?
Garden centre on the corner.
Right, okay. And having recognised the garden centre, you knew that there was a lane next to it. And what about where you stop up that lane? Why did you stop there? Is it?
Because I was told to stop it.
Yeah, but I mean, why? When we went up there, what features did you recognise that identified it as a spot? The gates. Right. That is the only thing.
Yeah.
Right.
In relation to that, you know when you showed us that site, yeah, those gates,
Yeah.
and then we drove down a little bit and spun round in that, it's like a farm or something there. Can you recall whether, when you was there, did you actually drive past there?
I didn't go down
Never went past there with him. You didn't go down that far. You're quite happy with that.
Yeah.
It was only prior to, it was definitely prior to that farm, or that turning round point, yeah? Alright, okay. And then going on from that, we're now saying, whereas before you said you went to Bellsbridge and you got out and took a bag over into a field and out of sight, you then went from there and you took him away back to London, yeah? And then, if we just go on from there very briefly, you dropped him off, haven't you?
Yeah.
What did you do after that?
Took the car back.
To
Peacock Gym.
Peacock Gym. And you left it there, did you? Did you meet anyone at Peacock Gym?
No.
Right, so how did you leave the vehicle?
In the forecourt next to the wall.
Right. Keys?
Above the visor.
Or anything in the vehicle?
Head bag.
The head bag. This is just the one when he first came out, yeah. And I was seeing that thing you've given us that you saw in that head bag at the scene of the gates and that. 2 weapons, yeah. Were they still in the head bag or had he taken them with him?
Just a shotgun.
Just a shotgun. So the 9mm Browning pistol had gone. He took that with him. Right, okay. When did he take that out?
I don't know. Probably on the way back to the car.
Right, he didn't take it out whilst he was sitting in the car with you on the way to London.
No.
Right, okay. Have you ever seen that car since? No? What do you understand's happened to the motor then?
Probably crushed.
What happened to the, obviously you're saying that he brought back a rucksack of some sort, yeah? Where did that go?
He got out with it.
He got out with it when you dropped him off. Do you know where that went from there? Do you know what happened?
As he got out of the car with the rucksack, Gal see us pull up outside the wine bar.
Yeah.
Gal come out, give him the rucksack, got into a green coloured Rover, new shape, drove off into the wine bar.
So you and Gal got into the Rover, and then he went in the white bowl the other, yeah? So Gal's taken the bag
Rucksack.
into the rucksack into the Rover and then gone.
Yeah.
Is that his Rover?
No.
Do you know where it went from there?
No.
Have you heard what happened to it since then? Did you get any of that gear at all?
A couple of snorts.
Yeah. When was that? Is that when did you
Next
get that?
night.
Next night. Alright, and you got £5 for doing that, for transporting that. So how did that get sorted out? And how did you hear about it? Go through that with me.
Pulled up at Morton's. Gal come out in the bag. Gal got in the Rover. Got on into the pub. Gal pulled up the side of the car, undone the window, and he said to me, right, take the car back. Head tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in Moulton's.
Yeah.
Where's the £5 now? Do you bang that up or?
Spunked it.
What, a lot?
Really?
It's quite a lot of money, isn't it? In 4 weeks.
Not really.
I suppose it goes, isn't it?
Especially on drugs.
Yeah.
How much you pay for your drugs in it?
300 quid a day.
What's it go? Well, you heroin, is it?
Rocks.
Yeah. What's that, £100 a time or?
200 quid a time on rocks, 100 quid a time on brown.
Yeah. Soon go on that then, wouldn't it? A couple of weeks will be gone, wouldn't it?
couple of bits of clobber.
So you've known Gal for about 10 years,
Yeah.
and for about 7 or so. Innit? Yeah. When was it all of this arranged about picking up the gear and everything?
Week before.
Right, so if we say, oh, you mentioned the 5th, or the actual incidents that we're concerned with are obviously the 6th and 7th, which is a Wednesday, Thursday. So what sort of time, what sort of date would you put? End of November, middle of November?
At the end of November. Something like that. Not too keen on the dates.
Right, okay. And then how did it all start up then? Phone calls, call around the house, or what? How did it all go ahead? Right from the beginning.
See Gal in Morton's. He said, do you want to come down to the Mexican gaff? Went down there, sitting in there having a drink. I mean, sat at the table and started talking.
It was the first you knew of it, was it?
Mm.
Right. So how was his name brought into it?
Because little words were slipped up, you know what I mean?
What, whilst you were discussing it in the restaurant?
Mm.
Right, because obviously it's quite in depth in it, the first couple of pages on the history on what the job was all about and everything. I mean, where did all that come out?
Well, half and half, you know what I mean? In the restaurant. Patsy ain't too happy. He had a word. He got in touch with me. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, just trying to establish really, mate, on how it all comes up, you know. We've got to try and picture everything from the beginning, haven't we? How the whole thing's set up. Because obviously if we're going to go and speak to these people, we need to know before we get there the whole event as it's happened. So we know whether they're lying to us or not. We talk to them.
The meeting that took place in the restaurant, where they're discussing the fact that they could rob them. Yeah. What was the exact conversation really?
There's a girl, well, why don't we rob them? Gail said there'd probably be too many comebacks. And we'll take them out of the game.
What did you mean by that, taking that game? What did you understand that to mean?
Put them out there misery.
Kill them?
Yeah. Gail turned around and said, no, just rob them.
And what was your feeling?
Well,
It wasn't down to you that you was...
I just thought that they was going to do a deal.
Yeah.
Obviously somewhere along the line they've changed their mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when you look at what you're saying, you're all sitting there and they're saying they're gonna, you know, talking about killing them. Gets a bit serious, doesn't it?
Not really.
Well, I view it seriously,
but I've been brought up like that.
But was you more to the point? I mean, how far were you willing to go if it came to killing them?
I wouldn't have gone.
If you knew they was going to be killed, you wouldn't have gone. Providing they was going to be robbed, you'd be willing to go.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking at, you know, your statement you made. You know, I'm not trying to trip you up, but I mean, all this is going to be of evidential value sooner or later, isn't it? And I just want to get it clear. Because some people might say, well, hang on a minute, it might be you that sort of set it up. You know, that you might be in a bit deeper than what you're saying. You know? You're shaking your head, but, you know, this is where I've got... even, I mean, is this right, what's in your statement? Because here it says that, you know, there's a dispute over the money, that there's money owed, that they're going to rip them off for the drugs. And then Gail said, we can rob them. We can't rob them as there will be comebacks. That we might as well take them out of the game. And Gail said, let's just rob them. Gail said to me, Bill, do you want to earn five large ones, $5 grand presumably, for driving them? So at that stage, you were still happy that it was going to be
A robbery.
I've had a brief look at this statement that you've made of your own. They'll become an exhibit later on. But is everything you've said in this true?
100%.
Another thing I want to ask you, have you ever been in Essex before?
No, not really.
Well, have you ever been in Essex before? I'll ask you again because I'm not sure whether you have or whether you haven't.
Well, I've been in Essex, Chelmsford.
Have you? When was that? What, Chelmsford Prison?
Oh, Chelmsford, Chelmsford Village.
Chelmsford Village. When was that?
Last year sometime.
Right. What was that for?
Go to the funeral.
Was it? Have you ever been through Rattendon before?
No.
or Southwood, or Battlesbridge.
Mm.
So you're 100% right up front on all this.
I'm just getting pissed off with this because you just keep fucking saying I'm 100%, I'm 100%. It's my fucking life that's at risk.
Yeah.
I ain't wasting fucking time, you know what I mean? People in the court cells know that Essex police are coming to take me away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to go back to the fucking prison and say, Jasper was in court, Essex police came to take
Well, I
me.
know. I mean, let me assure you that your safety is being considered and that things are being discussed today, this afternoon. And
100%.
we was considering perhaps taking you out, right? Just to see if you can go over the route you took and everything, and have another look at that lane. Because when we went up there, it was thick fog, wasn't it? Just to sort of reassure yourself and reassure us that you've got the right spot.
I've got the right spot.
But do you agree that when we went up there, it was dark and it was foggy?
Yeah. And when I went out there before, it was fucking dark and misty.
Was it?
I
I think it might pay just to go up, because we've been down there, right? And we've been down there like in daylight, and you get a totally different picture, you know what I mean? That's what I said to you earlier about identifying the gate.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing you're going by.
Garden centre, because as we went past the
Oh, yeah.
garden centre, I said you left here.
Yeah, yeah. But there are some like similar sort of roads down there.
It's not that we doubt you or anything like that. We're just trying to sort of, because you sort of, when we were coming down here from
I know what you're
Stratford,
I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to fucking trick me. That's what you're trying to
No,
do.
we're
If you
not.
don't want it, then we fucking forget
No.
it. We rip the piece of paper up, and you can go and fucking.
that's the only thing we're getting at, because you mentioned Rayleigh and you knew Rayleigh, and you're not. I've never been to Essex before, so we think, well, hang on, you just say you mentioned Rayleigh. So it's only because you've been down here before. How long ago was that then?
A couple of weeks.
You were down here a couple of weeks ago.
About a week.
Oh, really? Right. That's soon, really, then. Did you go anywhere else?
No.
Just sort of like this Rayleigh area, was it? Anyone with you?
Cab driver.
Right. Or he came down with you, or he brought you down here?
777-300.
Oh, so is that a local cab firm, is it? What, for here, or?
For
Is it? Oh, I know you've got a good memory.
I've got a very good memory.
How many times have you been down here?
Once.
That was about a week ago.
Yeah.
Alright. That's the only thing I was sort of thinking, hang on. And that's the only thing I asked you, mate, yeah? Straight up, mate.
I came down here to get a cab to rob him. But he ended up giving me money anyway. And I took him to Romford. And I took him to the East End.
So what happened there then? Did you rob him or didn't you?
No, never.
But you say he give you some money?
Yeah. I made out I needed some money. I fannied him, conned him.
Right.
So he helped you out, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
About 40 quid.
Yourself?
You're right, you're happy the way you've been treated and everything. I know, I keep saying that, and I know you're getting pissed off because you're turning around and you're saying to us, well look, I'm trying to help you out, but you're treating me like as though you've done something wrong. You know, as though you was a prisoner in our custody. Well, you are, and I mean, that has come as a result of what you said, hasn't it? But as I say, really, there's got to be a decision made as to how we're going to treat you, isn't there? And I just hope that you can perhaps bear with us with that. But I mean, from what you said, I mean, at the time, this is what this conspiracy is, that you were sitting there and that you was quite willing to sort of pick up some drugs and bring it all the way over here. But what we're saying is that you're the only one that's told us that. So it could all be made up. No, listen. It could all be made up, or it could all be true, and we've got to bear in mind, and I quite agree, that it's information that you're giving us and that you've come forward. I'm just trying to keep it in perspective, you know. I don't want you sitting down the cells worrying yourself as to what's going to happen. You know a fair bit about the law, I would imagine, and you know what can be proved and what can't be proved and all the rest of it, can't you?